I fucking hate this shit.
The struggles we all go through, audience, for us to show up live,
The things they do
appreciate it.
for y'all. That's what the things they do for y'all.
Yeah, yeah, let's give Rachel a round of applause, audience.
I'm literally out in the public doing this, by the way, like at the bus station,
Yeah,
at the transit station, waiting for my last bus.
that's that's dedication to this book, audience.
What
So,
name did you just say?
Huh?
What name did Cryptic just say?
I don't
what?
know.
Did you call a
Which?
witch Rachel?
No? You misheard me, man.
When I came in, you said let's give. And tell you said let's give Rachel a round of applause.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for showing up here, given his circumstance,
I just didn't want to have to talk about 4 books next week. Well, 5 books.
Did you not hear me just say Rachel? That's what I'm saying. That's how it sounded. I thought you said let's
Oh,
give Rachel a round of applause. And
I
you
don't
just
think it
agreed.
matters.
Rachel!
okay. Okay, but anyway, you guys just want to get started?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to Coffee Fanatic Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me,
Take
Crypto
both
Zero
topics.
5. Okay, go ahead.
It's already uploaded. The topic's already uploaded. Jacob.
Jake Tyler's over there. I'm Bricky Wall, Ace Comics. Go with.
I'm Rick there, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns say he, and I'm going to San Diego Comic Con this weekend. Hope to see you there.
Yay. And together we are Fanatics, here to bring you the news and reviews of the week, audience. Today we're doing the reviews. Let's just pass through the socials and go right to the books.
Oh, yeah, you guys
Okay.
know the socials are going to be in the bio. Anyways,
Yes.
I'm going to quickly go through Avengers Academy, issue 51. This is the two-parter for Disability Pride Month. I basically know this issue by heart at this point. It's a very simple issue. Anyways, it starts off with this girl that you could see on the cover. You can go to the first picture if you want. She's trying to go into this office to deliver some papers to Matt Murdock. And these Roxxon motherfuckers are like, no, because we're assholes. We're not gonna let you in. This is probably not even a real guide dog, even though you can physically see that she is blind in one eye. Okay.
Yeah.
And so Rogue
Oh,
has
this is Marvel. She can have mutant powers and shit. I don't know.
she doesn't have to be a fucking mutant, dude. Okay, let me finish. Okay, I'm speed running through this issue.
My bad.
Anyways, so basically, Rogue pulls up at the best time, and then before anything bad could happen to this person, Rogue takes her out of the situation so that they could get to a safe location. Okay, and so they get to chit chatting, and Rogue is like, oh yeah, I know how you feel about this whole thing. My mom's blind and all this other stuff. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm just scared that you guys can't hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, if I can remember, her name is Win. I don't remember exactly what her name was, but it does not matter. It starts with a W, okay? So basically, she goes to those two go to a cafe where some of her friends are pulling up, and they're talking about what happened. And so they're like, so they decided collectively that they're gonna go protest Roxxon because they're fucking assholes. They're the fucking worst, right? We all agree that they're the fucking worst.
Yep.
And so then they prepared everything, and so they get a whole bunch of people with signs and et cetera, et cetera. Can you go to the next picture, please?
Yes.
Okay, so they're protesting outside of Roxxon, and they have a lot of people, not just like humans, but also mutants there as well, et cetera, et cetera. And you get the vibe. So Roxxon pulls up with this weird ass box. They're like, ha 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 ha, we're gonna be assholes again, because that's what they are. They're assholes. So they press a button, and basically it triggers people's like disability aids, like hearing aids. People can't move in their wheelchairs, et cetera, right? And that's pretty fucked up. I'm not going to lie to you there, okay? That's pretty fucked up. But before anything like too bad could happen to these people, because Roxxon are the worst, and they would commit police brutality on these people. A couple of heroes do actually show up. Can you go to the last picture, please?
Yep.
So we do get some actual disabled heroes. I forgot what the person on the right's name was. That's on me. That ain't on anyone else.
Mhm.
Probably someone in the comments will remind me, or I'll just Google it later. It doesn't matter. So Daredevil
Yeah.
actually shows up. You know, Clint's here. We do got some disabled heroes and all that jazz to help out wherever they can. You know.
Yeah.
So that's basically where the issue ends. Now you can give your quick commentary on what it is. It was brief as hell. I needed to get through this quickly.
Gotcha. Austin, you wanted to mention something earlier?
No, I was just saying she could have been immune. Now look at that one eye different color.
You know,
I
from
mean,
what
I'm
we
believing she's blind.
From
Yeah.
what we know, she is not
I
a
mean-
mutant, but she is blind in one eye, so she needs a guide dog to help her move around.
Yeah.
So this is a two-parter. So next week I'll be back with the second part of this. But these two issues are for Disability Pride Month. I'm surprised like Aaron and Lunella aren't here because Lunella is legally blind. And Aaron is deaf in one ear, so I don't know why they're not here. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see for tomorrow.
True.
So
I know why. I know why one of my favorite disabled heroes isn't here. Reader is because he's an Inhuman. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I
this is
know.
just like a two-part. This is a two-parter. We're not gonna get every single disabled superhero. Trust, if
I
every
know.
single disabled superhero was here, I would have Aurora in this issue. Okay, because she canonically has.
Where's Hawkeye?
Hawkeye's here.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah, I know. I was blessed.
He's
Gotcha.
here. He's right on the screen. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. I was just joking.
Gotcha.
That's the end of the issue. Okay, I
Alright.
speed ran this into the high heavens.
Gotcha.
I will see you
Best
guys
of luck.
later, or if I'm seeing you guys at San Diego Comic-Con, I'll see you guys at San Diego Comic-Con. Bye, guys.
Gotcha. Have fun, Witch. Best of luck with everything.
Well,
So
now that Witch is not pressed for time, I just wanted to say that I felt like Witch was reporting live from like a hurricane or something. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
Yeah, this Witch building
No, you
live.
don't like to wait to lead to make fun of them. That's crazy.
Well, no, Witch was in a hurry, but I wanted to say
Witch
it,
was
but every time I would say it, he would have cut me off.
Which was like our news reporter, you know, out in the trenches, you know.
We are live at Avengers Academy.
Yeah, there you go. You know, but yeah, it was great. Which got to talk about his book when he had a chance. So, all right then. Now we could go at normal pace. So let's talk about the next book, audience. Austin.
Oh, okay. Predator vs. Spider-Man. My bad. I'm playing Rogue Trader on the side. Okay, so
We're almost
Predator
at
vs.
that
Spider-Man.
today. Yeah.
This book's this issue finally gives you what it wants. It's also the final issue, so fuck you, I guess. At that point, this shit's crazy.
That's like 4 issues, right?
Yeah, what I think all of them were 4 issues.
Oh man, that's kind of sad.
It just Black Panther was so fast paced, and Wolverine took place every 2 years.
Yep.
This all took place in one night compared to other books.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
you got the first photo.
I guess it doesn't take that long to skin people alive. I guess you know. So
You can go to the first photo.
okay, hold on a sec.
I'm pretty sure I did the Craven come out that sewer picture.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Damn, this new layout on StreamYard, audience.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
But Mary Jane still somehow with her friend alive. This is real. Like, look, if deal with DC, I would say she did this to herself like Lois Lane. But at this point, all she's doing is running away and somehow always ends up with something going on.
I know.
But as you can see, yeah, but as you see, as she finally starts escaping, Craven grabs her like, "Where's the predator?
Oh.
And like this idea that like I need a meme of like Craven doing the Chris Hansen thing. Why don't you take a seat?
Just go to one random girl walking across the streets of New York and just angrily shout at her, "Where's the predator?" Like,
and now he randomly came out the sewer. Like she didn't have to run by the sewer hole. See, look, right next to the what you said, he grabbed her foot.
Yeah. Oh,
but so Craven is finally getting into the action, but as this is going on, Spider-Man is still fighting like 3 predators. You know this one.
Okay. Yep.
And because, like I said, the last one was most action too, I thought I would just show some for people. Like Spider-Man is like, And we just dodging and all this crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he finally get hit one time, right there at the end, but it's like Spider-Man's still like pretty good against 3 Predators compared to like how Wolverine and Black Panther was doing. I'm just saying. Spider says I know, but Black Panther makes with Superman. We'll talk about this shit later.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
I just want to speak so people to
That-
see the some of the fight like I showed last time.
That's gonna be a fun bar story to tell when you have those 3 guys in the school, you know, like talking about their experiences with Predator, and Spider-Man's out like, I took on 3 on my own, so.
I would love for that to be like the final page, like the next is Predator versus the Marvel Universe. That should be the final page.
Oh yeah.
Wolverine's having a drink. Everyone just walks Predator that walks in. But you go to the next one. It's not a lot. I can just act this shit right now.
That is a thumbnail worthy.
Craven finally fights Predator, and he fucks the Predator up, man. And this is funny. Like, it's not Skinner though. I don't believe.
What?
He fights Skinner later. He fights 2 Predators.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to
So he fights one of the ones that Spider-Man was fighting, I believe. He gets a good slobber knocker panel. I didn't post it because we got a limit on that. But I wanted you to see the aftermath. He fucks that Predator up, and then he cut off his head because he's going to put it on his wall. And then right after he fights Skinner.
Yeah.
And him and Skinner going back and forth. Skinner almost killed him. At one point, he had like the claws the Predator had. He had it up to the Craven's neck. Spider-Man show up. They kind of piece this dude up. Mm-hmm. And then Spider-Man finds Mary Jane. They share a kiss. And it's like, why are you baiting people like this?
Wait. Did Paul appear at any point in time in this comic?
No, this is set in the past, it seems like.
Oh, okay.
If I argue based on how Mary Jane looks, this was right out of college.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like Mary Jane seems young.
So just to clarify something, so this isn't the OG Craven. Oh wait, this is the OG Craven.
This is OG Craven. I think that's the only reason they even said it back in time.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe you could carry this on in a future Craven story to say, like, I don't know, he has all the Predator.
What you would do is, if all the stories are set in the past, because Wolverine's every 10 years anyway. Yeah. You can have the Predator versus Marvel Universe be the modern story, and now they're dealing with the stuff again.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Well, we dealt with it before. We know how to deal with it, so they tell the Avengers and X-Men, they train their factions on how to fight these things. I don't know. We'll see how they do it.
Man.
But I had to show people this battle, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw it, I thought Craven was doing some Green Lantern shit.
Oh, dude. When I saw that, I skimmed that comic in my comic book shop, and I'm like, okay, we definitely are going to be, Dawson's definitely going to want to talk about this when we go live, so.
Yeah, it's a great fight. If I could show the panels, I would, but I just wanted to, I just want people to know. So when it comes to Predator versus Craven, Craven beats both. Craven beat the Rogue, and he beats the one with honor. Spider-Man beat 3. I think Wolverine beat 10, to be fair. I don't remember how many Black Panther beat. That book was kind of the weakest of the 3, in my opinion.
You know what this means, right? At a certain point, we're going to have to see Craven be put in a capsule along with the other survivors. Yeah.
They should really just copy Predators and have them stuff like 5 villains or. You remember Hunted, the whole storyline what Craven did, where he had all the animal themed villains trapped in a park?
Yeah.
They should do that on the Predator's home planet when they're hunting the heroes.
That would be something,
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Take away their tech and stuff, take Black Panther out of the suit.
Yeah.
Just full Predator movie type stuff.
I want to see one Predator go as far as to literally surgically remove the claws off of Wolverine and then just put the 3 in the game.
To be fair, I think they do now have adamantium and vibranium for those 2 stories. So when Predator shows up in the Destroy the Marvel Universe, he should be like a fucking alpha Predator.
Oh.
Like a full-on monster.
There you go. That's gonna be sick. But yeah, I mean, if you're a Craven fan, this definitely sounds like a story for you, audience.
Yeah, if you like Prey, Killers, and all the other stuff that just happened, and you want
Yeah.
more Predator stuff, go ahead and get this. Or read Marvel's other Predator books. Their solo Predator books are good too. I don't, and I know people are going to see one and be like, "Oh, it's a woman here woke and eat DI and shit," but that story's actually pretty great. 'Cause it's a woman who fought a Predator, ended up killing a Predator, and now she's using their armor stuff to try to hunt them down because of who they killed.
There you go. You know,
But it's a good little reverse Predator story. It's kind of fun.
cool. And then there comes a point in this book where, like, one of the predators gives the initiation to Craven, marks him up, right?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna try to stab us, bro. I thought he was about to end Craven's life, but he did the little mark thing. He didn't do it like the movies did it, so it threw me off. That's why I thought it was weird. But he drew.
Aw,
And you saw what he drew. He drew a Noel symbol, which threw me off guard.
yeah. I mean,
It was like the squiggly circle line.
yeah, why can't you have some xenomorph blood around when you need it? You know?
Yeah.
So,
In the movies, what they do is they actually cut it into burn it or cut it into your skin so it can scar and it'll always be there. So when
Yep.
when another predator sees you in the future, like, oh, he's the one I got.
There you go. You know. And
Also, I think he left Craven a weapon on the floor, but we'll see if that ever comes back
Wait.
to something.
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Craven's last scene just have him running up towards the predator ship?
Yeah, no I'm saying. So,
Huh.
but based on like the next one being versus the Marvel Universe, I don't know if it's actually gonna have a follow up. But
No,
Craven's
but-
going to their planet, bro. He wants to fight. He wants all the smoke he can.
Well, if it's by the
If
same
Craven
writer,
shows back up with full Predator gear, I'm telling you, and he's a like a full Predator type hunter, that's gonna be a story on its own, bro. That'll be fucking.
screw the predator. You know he's gonna have like a xenomorph skull in his trophy mantle, right? If he's going out in space.
We will
You
see,
know-
because they seem so hesitant to actually like let the Xenomorph stuff be in the same universe, unlike the Predator for some reason.
Right. Well, I mean, it is a package deal, though. You know, I mean, when you have one, either the predator or the xenomorph, you kind of are expecting the other person to be in the same continuity at that point. You know?
No, you expect it, but I would say they just haven't did it. For Marvel themselves, we have not had any Alien versus Predator crossover yet at all. And for Predator, every book so far they said has been in. We say imply has been in canon.
Right.
Compared to the one Alien book we have. That's clearly not canon at all.
Yep.
So we will see how they handle that. Like I said, I think they should do it by making the aliens go to war. Well, the xenomorphs go to war with the Brood, because they all have the same similar function. I think that would be kind of funny.
Oh yeah. No.
Then would the X-Men end up stuck in the middle? That'd be crazy. That's what I want. But we can move on. It's a good little fight book. If y'all just want to see some crazy stuff. This book is very bloody, even though it's not rated R. And it's got like a lot of gore stuff too. It's like, and they'll give you no warning, so be prepared.
There you go.
It's a lot more bloody than Wolverine and Black Panther books, like by far.
Oh man, and I recall Wolverine was getting his face sprayed with acid on an hourly basis.
No, that's only like in the first issue. Then after that, it was like, I think the worst panel we got was like a Sabretooth panel in the second one. Other than that, it was just like the regular cut limbs and stuff.
Wow.
Here, you get full body skin, fully skinned. The face, dude is weird face.
God, dude.
This guy should have fought Wolverine. That'd be kind of interesting. Watch him skin Wolverine, turn around, Wolverine got his skin back. You're like, what the fuck?
There you go. But alright then. I guess with that we can pretty much move on to the next topic, audience. Jake?
Yep,
You still with us?
Then you better be prepared.
Go ahead.
Ready. All right. We're doing the yes, it's AI generated because this is an AI generated. The ads are AI generated, so is this. Also, there's no like photos of online.
How dare
I don't
you.
believe you.
I mean, you get the cover. You can get the cover for the story, but I can't find any interesting pictures. So
How dare
and
you.
since the ad,
You should have posted a picture that like the nerd dude from the
So-
past.
Yeah, no,
Instead of-
bro, no,
Jake-
because Quinn ain't
Jake-
that, brother. Quinn ain't that.
No, you should have did it so good.
That ain't Quinn.
Jake, if only there was somebody in this group that could do a commission for you, right, Jake? You know?
Yeah, but we're just not gonna do it fast enough. And it's also, this is my book, so I'll figure it out.
Okay.
But anyway, so we are back with My Vampire System. I'm calling this season 2. We had a really good arc here with the introduction of a new character, the first new vampire introduced into the series that isn't Quinn Talon, and his name is Fex. But unlike Quinn, Fex, and we've learned that the rest of the Vampire Order does not have the level up system that Quinn has. And Quinn's level up system is telling him, dog, listen, I know he looks like a vampire. I know he looks nice. Do not tell him about your powers. If you tell him where you got your powers from, you will die. So this whole time, Quinn is stuck in school with another vampire who is intimately interested in Quinn and where he got his powers from, and trying to, kind of expose him a bit so he can use his secrets as leverage for his own agenda. I actually really loved this season even more. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Whoa.
I think so. My Vampire System, we're gonna get to the negatives right away. I think 200 chapters in, I think I do have some problems that need to be addressed, and you need to go into the story knowing this. None of the side characters are gonna be great. I'm saying that right now. We have, just to list them off, some of them. We got Layla, we have Peter, we have Borden. We have Borden, who comes with 2 other characters, and then we have Aaron. We just got introduced to a new one. Oh, you know what? Actually, we do have one good one. I actually like Logan. Logan's a clutch motherfucker. I love Logan, bro. He's a really cool player. So I guess we have one good side character, but he's like a tertiary character until like later stories. But none of these characters are really that interesting or fleshed out. Layla is the friend girl. I do appreciate that the author, very early on, it's hinted that Layla and Quinn are going to have some romantic attraction to each other, but that kind of got dropped. Like, they don't even bring it up. Like, it started, and they hinted at it, but it's like all this other stuff kept happening, and they were both too busy, so like it's so far it has not come up. And it does keep the story from delving into more generic lines. So I appreciate that. Borden, I just don't like him. Like, he's supposed to be Quinn's ride or die. My problem is he is on one, bro. Like, it's implied he's killed people for Quinn before Quinn is even like knows what's even happening.
Wow.
And
That's their goat, bro.
No, I mean, like, it's like, oh, you bully Quinn? I'll kill you. I'm like, yo, dog.
Bro, that's peak. Isn't that the friend you want?
No, I mean, he winds up causing more problems for himself and Quinn later down the line. But but Borden, also we find out, okay, there is a reason that they're slowly doling out. Like, why is Borden so obsessed with Quinn? There's a reason, but by the time you get there, it's kind of like, this is way too late to start talking about now. Y'all should have at least hinted at this before. Because now I kind of see why he's so tied to Quinn, or why the urgency is. Because you understand, like, he's so tied to him, he doesn't like other people being friends with Quinn. I'm like, all right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But there is a reason, and it's justified to an extent, but it still doesn't make me like him because it takes way too long to even establish that. This is also the first season when Quinn actually does find out that Borden does have split personalities, and each of his personalities give him a different sort of power. So, like, Borden has the ability to copy your abilities with a touch, not like Rogue. You just touch him, he gets your ability. But he has 2 other split personalities. One of them lets him copy 2 abilities, and the third one, which is the most unpredictable, lets him copy 3 abilities. So in this season, we kind of see Quinn kind of learn that for the first time, and what the reaction is on that. We do also get some development with Aaron as well. Aaron's kind of introduces the straight-laced girl who's only about the work, and everything else is just kind of like, kind of irrelevant. But she does start to bond with the crew, more specifically Layla, which I'm glad it wasn't Quinn. I'm glad she bonded with Layla because I gave Layla more to do. Layla, we do get the reveal of her implied backstory. and it's cool, but it's just kind of like, ugh. It's kind of like
generic.
yeah, it's just like yeah. But Peter, oh god, Peter, this season. So Peter in the first season was this weak, pathetic sidekick to Quinn, and then he
You really just named Peter Parker.
yeah, well, you know,
No.
and so he does betray Quinn and Borden and nearly gets them killed, but then he feels bad about it. But I do like how Quinn and Borden do not forgive. Like he does a whole apology, and they're like, "Yo, fuck you though. We really died. Like fuck off." like they kick because they're roommates, and so they kick Peter out the room. They're like, "Bro, you can sleep outside. Like I ain't gonna share a room with you no more." I do like though that Peter does make up for it in the season finale of last season, where he does sacrifice his life and nearly gets killed. Oh well, actually no, he does get killed. Like he dies, and Quinn learns a vampire ability last minute that can revive him, but he doesn't revive him. It's more like he just turned Peter into a member of his vampire family. Now notice what I said. Peter isn't a vampire.
Bro, he just cribbed it. That's that shit Dracula did to the other guy.
What?
Remember the Renfield?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm saying that he's not a vampire. He's just in the family. So
that was Dracula did to Renfield.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So we find out that the way this works is that in this universe, and maybe in the universe you're referencing as well, when you bite someone or you do the blood ritual, it doesn't mean you will be the same thing. What it means is basically you get a random. It's like a random pool, as far as we're aware so far. Maybe Vampire Lords can do it better than Quinn. This is just the first time he's done it. And so Peter got turned into a ghoul, which became a huge problem.
Yeah.
Because Peter as a ghoul needs to eat human flesh. Okay? And there's
at least don't gotta eat bugs like Renfield.
Well, yeah, but the problem with that is they're stuck in a school all day. And so there's only so many non-suspicious options you could go through. And that's where I think my vampire system shines. It's taking the tropes of a vampire, but putting it in a situation where it's like the first arc was like, Quinn's like, the system tells Quinn, like, hey, you have to drink human blood. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? How am I supposed to drink that? Like, I can't go around the school and just bite people. And it's like, well, figure it out. And that's what I like. I like when you have to figure out ways around your vampire disabilities, which probably wouldn't be a problem if you were out in the open world, but in a high school setting where you're forced
Wait. So, wait, do they not go home?
No, they have to live at the school. It's a boarding school, a military school.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's interesting because you have to deal with the trappings of a vampire, but you can't get the easy ways out. Like a lot of the times, it comes up to Quinn or his friends come up with smart ways around the vampire weakness. And so it's like Quinn does have to deal with a sunlight issue as well. Like when he's in the sun, his stats are half, like they're cut in half. And so I do like that he has to find workarounds around that. Like at one point he uses an umbrella, but the problem with the umbrella is, it keeps him away from the sun, but he can't fight as well because he has to hold a goddamn umbrella. And he does have a suit. Eventually later Logan makes him a suit when he becomes friends with Logan. But the problem with the suit is it can only be used. He can't use that in his civilian life. He can only use that when he's doing his little undercover operations, but he has to do his other side missions and all that shit. So I thought that was I like how every solution has a caveat to it. It's never it's rarely a perfect solution. With Peter, right. I do like the solution they do come up with, the clever thinking and how everyone's powers and backstories came together to really solve the issue. And it's not entirely solved either, but it's a lot better than where they started. So now they don't have to worry about it as much anymore. But it is still a worry. But I think the thing that stole it for me this season was the fucking training arc.
How many training arcs do they need?
As Quinn levels up, or Quinn is about to go on an important portal mission, because at the end of the last season we introduced portal missions. So to prepare the kids for the eventual confrontation with the alien race known as the Dalki, they have to go to scavenge on other planets. basically, and learn like basically this is how you survive on other worlds and all this other stuff. And so Quinn tries to level up in between these bits and learn new skills and new abilities. And at some point, Gordon introduces him to the VR world. There's this VR game basically in this universe. And this VR game allows people with known and registered powers, which should be all of them, to fight each other in like a multiplayer type setting. And this is good for Quinn because Quinn can use his powers freely, but he can also disguise himself so no one knows he's a vampire. And so at the beginning, he develops this rivalry with another player named Nate. And Nate beats him in the first fight, but he's like, listen, you were really good. You're like a first year. That was like really good. And so, and in the VR world, I should note that Quinn's name is the Bloody Volver.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like he says like, oh, it just sounds like a cool name to me. And then Vex is like, why would you call yourself Bloody Volver? Are you trying to tell people you're a vampire? Like, what's wrong with you? So,
just say he likes Bloody Marys, man. You know, that's what name's up.
I guess so. I do like how this side plot. This is like such a side plot, but I was so invested every time it comes up because when Quinn comes in, he's never played video games before, so he doesn't know like the.
Oh my god, this dude's a fucking loser, bro.
Well, that's what I'm gonna answer. Like, so he's never played video games before, so he doesn't know the etiquette of multiplayer. So he's doing his thing. He's just grinding and leveling up because the system says, listen, you won't get as much experience, but if you fight people in the VR world, you will get a considerable amount of experience. It still counts. So he can still fight people and level up. And so, like, you know, he might fight some stronger people to see where he's at, but if he wants to level up a skill really quickly, he'll fight some lower end opponents, basically. And he develops this kind of cult fan base around him, basically, and he just watch him, like, play the game the whole time. But I like how Nate, every time he sees Quinn play, he's like, this guy's getting really, like, it's not that he's exceptionally great. It's that every time he comes back, he's remarkably better than the last time I saw him. And I like how this played out this season because Quinn wanted to learn this move called the Phantom Strike. And the way it works is that he uses his charm stat, which he just unlocked this season, where he looks you in the eye and he dazes you. And when he throws a punch, you think it might be coming to your face, but he's actually throwing an uppercut to your chin, for example. But to learn this is really hard. Like he learned the basis of it, but the system says you have to actually go into real matches. You can't use like your private server what Logan made for you to do it. You actually have to learn in real combat. And so he tries it, and it's the first time he actually loses a fight because he's so busy he's not trying anything else. And I do like how Nate's just like, what? The Bloody Volver lost? He's a disgrace to the game.
Oh, very good.
Is that why you spinning, bro?
So, but everyone's
that's how you act with Reed Richards.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's very much going to be me. This is
this is the same emotion Reed Richards had when he discovered his first black hole audience. You know, so yeah.
But I like this because Quinn, like I said, Quinn doesn't care about his multiplayer fame because he doesn't even know he has it. So he keeps trying to learn this move, and he keeps losing over and over and over and over again. People are like, oh, I guess the Bloody Volver just because they thought he was hacking, and that's why all these powers no one's seen before. So like, I guess they patched out his ability, so he can't fight anymore. Well, that's a shame. I mean, he was cool when he lasted. So all these people keep leaving, and then like Nate's like, no, like there's something weird about this because he's trying the same thing over and over again, and that has to be for a reason. So he sits there and he watches it, and eventually Quinn's like, I got it now. And you see Quinn start to use the move, and it just like dominates the opponent, and he's like, oh my god, who is this Bloody Volver? This move, I've never seen it before. It was like so animated, bro. You can hear Yusei run in the background while you're listening to this scene. While you're watching it. It was so cool. And he's like, Bloody Volver, just who is this guy? Like it was that whole anime shit, bro. But I think my favorite part. Oh, and I guess before I get into it, Fax as well, who's the white-haired kid. I do like his input too. Fax is a child prodigy amongst vampires, and so when he meets Quinn, they fight because they don't know each other. But Fax like, listen, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just trying to enjoy my life on Earth. I'm not really like here to do anything but kind of chill. And eventually, they level out and they become like associates, but like they become friends, quote unquote. But he knows when he fights Quinn, he's like, yo, Quinn, like, this is weird. Like, so he's a vampire on Earth, but he can't fight well. But he has moves that are more advanced than a lot of vampires. And he also has the shadow ability, which he got last season. And the shadow ability hasn't been seen in like 1,000 years. Like, what the? Like, who is this guy? And so he's more interested in Quinn. And it's kind of like this light Yagami and L dynamic between the members, where he's just like, and where he's trying to figure out, like, who's his teacher? Like, who's his clan? And he keeps trying to rationalize it. But in this moment, when he saw Quinn do the Phantom Strike, he's like, wait, is that the Phantom Strike? That's not just any move. Bro, that move, I haven't learned that move yet. And I'm like one of the best fighters of my age. Like, what the fuck? Who taught that to him? But I like how he's just so confused. I like seeing a vampire's perspective of Quinn's progression. I think that really helps the story. But this all led to one of my favorite fights in the fucking book so far, bro. They go on this class field trip, and we get to learn about advanced tier beasts. So advanced tier beasts are like they're monsters on this world, on the alien planets and all this stuff, and you can take their crystals out and make armor of your own with it. Video game shit. And there's advanced, so the class runs this advanced tier beast, and this thing just starts ripping and tearing through, like students die, like some invincible shit, basically. And it's all because the school wanted the kids to get more experience because the Dalki were showing up again. But anyway, so they don't beat the advanced tier beast, but they also learn that the advanced tier beast has a berserk mode, and the berserk mode means when it's close to death, it might go crazy. And even though the fight took an hour, they did manage to wear it down as a class. So, they go away. Later, though, the kids get separated. And it's like, and we get like Logan with this new girl named Sia, who's like a part of Quinn's team. Who's a part of Quinn's team, but she doesn't know anything about the vampire shit, basically. They're fighting this, so they don't just fight, like, they're underground and they're trapped there and they're trying to get out, but they run into a king tier beast. Now, apparently, a king tier beast, there's only one level above it, but it's the most high advanced shit. So, Cryptid, like, you played video games before, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're like a level 20 fighting a level 100. That's basically And so, you know what I do like about this? This fight teaches you the value of a support class, because Sia on the squad, she has a support ability, which isn't an offensive ability, but she can debuff people. Basically, she can hit people with the spear and debuff their stats by like a certain amount. And people usually don't find these skills useful for some reason, even though they're like highly useful. But just debuffing him a little bit stopped the boss from like one hitting them, essentially. So, so I like the way this fight works. First, we get Peter and Sia and Logan versus the Beast. And Logan's like, "Listen, hold them off. I got a thing I gotta cook. You guys gotta hold them off." And so they try, and then Peter gets cut in half in the fight, so he gets killed again. But don't worry, this time he can regenerate, so he comes back. And then Vorden and Layla show up, and they try to hold this thing off for a little more. It's like a Dragon Ball Z fight. You know how everybody's like, just wait for Goku to show up, basically?
Yeah.
That's what this is, basically. It's like, so Vorden and Layla show up, and they try and fight this thing for a bit, but it's just not fucking working. This thing is not going down. And brother, then Quinn and Vex show up on some like Naruto and Sasuke shit, basically. Yeah. What I like about this is, from Sia's perspective, Quinn and Vex are level 1s. Like, they're not even level 20. They're not even in the fight. They're level 1 ability users. So they should be shit at this, right? But they're actually the strongest on the field. So when Vex and Quinn go up on the King Beast, like on some like Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki shit, and they're not doing damage, but they're doing a lot better than everybody else was. And then Logan comes in, and he finally finished his like Iron Man mech suit, and he has the ability to actually hurt the thing. So the plan now is that, because he needs a charge, so the plan is to stall the beast long enough, but also so Logan can get the finishing strike. But Vex is tired, and he was the fastest one. Like, Quinn is not as fast as Vex, and he's the only one who could dodge it. And Quinn's like, "Damn, you're right." And so Quinn's like, "But don't worry, I'm going to stall it." And Vex is like, "Quinn, I'm faster than you. You can't possibly dodge that shit." And Quinn's like, "Don't worry, I stocked up on my skill points." Quinn secretly stocked up 6 skill points because this dude is addicted to the game. And he put all of his stat points in agility, so he just like supercharged his speed. And even the King Beast is like, "Yo, how was he dodging me? What the fuck happened?" And Vex is like, "Yo, how are you? Are you faster than me? Are you stronger than me now? What's happening?" I like that everything Quinn trained for from the first chapter to this moment is brought into play, and it's used in such creative and effective ways. Even though he's not really doing any damage, he's actually confusing the beast and studying it really well. And I like how this fight ends too, because you think it's gonna end with like, okay, so he has the beast in position and Logan's about to kill him. He's like, "Do it, Logan!" And Logan's gonna stab him, but the beast goes in like a Broly berserk rage, and so Vex is like, "Now I gotta jump in." And Vex like drains all the blood out of his body, so he goes into a berserk Broly rage, and then he fights the thing. And I like Quinn in this. He's like, "I couldn't let these two just fight it out, and I'm sure Vex will win because the thing's tired." At the same time, I want that experience points. I want my experience points because he knows the way the system works is he needs to get the final hit, so it counts as his kill. Basically,
That's that bullshit from Sword Art Online.
yeah.
You remember the first season when they kept calling him a cheater because he kept making sure he gets the final hit on bosses to get the special reward. Now he got that code.
Yeah.
But no one else, only Quinn knows about how the level up system works. So Vex is looking at him. He's like, no, Vex is like in a berserk rage. Everyone else is like, why is Quinn getting in the middle of this fight? Is he really that prideful? He needs to get the final hit. It's like, nah, bro, I just need that XP. And he does. He gets the XP and everything. But that fight was like fucking amazing. Like listening to the moment to moment bits of the fight, I was popping off, bro. When like all the plot twists of the fight happened, like it felt like a classic DBZ fight, like the Saiyan Saga shit, where it's like you think something's happening, and then like the plot twist, the villain has the upper hand, the heroes come back, the Goku shows up, but he's not enough, and then we have to come up with this whole different plan to save the day. Like it reminded me of like early DBZ fights, that I really enjoyed. So, but yeah, this season ends. Quinn gets a ring that allows him to stay in the daylight as long as he wants. 200 chapters in, so he finally solved that problem. But we got some interesting news. They accidentally woke up a vampire lord. Okay.
Oh my god, Dracula's waking up, bro. What the fuck?
Well, his name is Arthur. Okay, so we don't even know.
Oh, he's ass. Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The vampire lord, Arthur.
Yeah. So I do have some theories. We found out that Arthur is a part of the Punisher division in Vampire. So they're part of the 13th.
You really think this guy is just a fucking emo teen with a Punisher shirt on?
We find out that like so there's the main vampire families, like the high ones that Quinn is not a part of. It's been established he is not related to that family. But
Not yet.
Yes. Well, they established that there's a Punisher faction that did use shadow abilities. Now, to be fair, Quinn got his shadow abilities in an unnatural way, but the system said he would have learned it eventually. He just got it in a very unique way.
He's related to this nigga. This is his dad.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I think, well, no, his parents died, so this might be an ancestor. So I suspect Quinn is a part of this family, because even when Quinn asks, like, so what's the deal with this family? It's like the system's like, I can't tell you about that yet, so you're gonna have to wait. so I think this is where his family belongs. I do like that Vex and Quinn by the end of this arc, they start off as like enemies to like, okay, I'll trust you if you trust me, to like, and then Vex is like, listen, dog, you saved my life, and I'm not gonna tell you this out loud, but I was gonna sell you out to my family. But you saved my life when you didn't have to, and you've been impressing me now, brother. You're my brother now, bro. You're my blood brother. Anything you need,
fuck that, bro. Shut this out.
Yes. So Vex and Quinn are solid, and I do like how that relationship ended. I do hope Arthur. I think we do need like a main villain.
He needs a better name. We're not calling this nigga Arthur, bro.
Yeah. I feel you. I don't know if he's an enemy or like a good guy.
He better be a good guy with that. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
Hey, bro, we can't have the main villain of next season be called Arthur.
It's true. Now it will take me a longer time to finish the next season, because they're getting a bit more stingy with how many free episodes I get a day. Now I gotta wait 2 days for 3 episodes. I'm like, oh fuck. So But I am thoroughly impressed with how much I'm enjoying it. I think what keeps me interested is Quinn, because Quinn might not be much of a character, but he might not play video games, but he is a gamer. Like, this dude thinks like there's a moment where he saves people's lives, and I was like, oh yeah, that Quinn guy, he's a nice guy. He's like, oh, I was just trying to get XP. I was trying to bite these people and take their blood and then get XP. I wasn't really trying to save them, but and then, there's like so many moments where like he will put his life on the line just to get like a couple of experience points, bro. And I'm like, this is a gamer. I love it.
Bro, that's just a base level Elden Ring player.
Well, there's like moments where like I'm thinking like, if I was in this situation, I would do this if I was playing the video game version. He'd be like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm like, yes, thank you. So, like I said, I highly enjoy it. You can listen to this whole book for free. Well, not the whole book. I'm sure it would take some time, but you can listen to the first 147 chapters on Pocket FM and then make a decision for yourself if this is the book for you. That's all free. The rest you're gonna have to wait daily for your batch of episodes. At some point, I suspect I'll have to pay for the rest. But I'm 247 chapters in and haven't had to pay for it.
It depends. If it's like the webtoon, there's a thing called webtoon.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of does the same thing with their webtoon episodes. I was reading one called My Teenage Mercenary.
Yeah.
And while you can, it's usually like they eventually let you start paying to get ahead instead of waiting.
Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully it's like that. Like I said, they're getting more stingy. Now I'm waiting for like 3 episodes instead of the usual like.
Yeah, because the next step would be, if you want to go back to work, you can pay a little bit to get the episode early.
Yeah. But yeah, I recommend it. The ads, I understand why they do the fake ads because it's hard to sell without you having to sit through it. I don't know how you would sell this to people because
you gotta be honest about what it is. Stop lying. There could be 40 ads telling 40 stories.
Right. I guess my problem with it is it is very generic, but it's a lot of generic stuff that builds up into something interesting down the line. But you have to get through the generic stuff first. So I guess that's why they go so hard with the stuff that isn't. It's in the book, but it's not the way that the ads frame it. That's what's the worst part. Like there's an ad.
I go to a superhero school. Everyone pays for me because I'm an orphan.
Right. Which in the book, no one cares that he's an orphan. They just care that he's like a low power.
My girlfriend broke up because I have power.
Actually, also that plot never happened. I don't know why they keep saying that happened. That never happened at all.
I gotta tell you some of these ass.
I know. I see at least.
This is hilarious.
Aaron, like there's one that says Aaron is Quinn's best friend. Aaron doesn't give a shit about Quinn. At all. His best friend was Layla. His best female friend was Layla. So I don't know. These ads are really weird, but it is what it is.
Did they tie shoelaces together tricking in class when you're doing the ad?
Say it again.
There's a part of the ad where they tie shoelaces together to trip them. Did that happen?
No.
Well,
there is a scene where one of the bullies, Momo, chains Vorn up to like a little like thing and says, "Hey, now we're gonna throw like dodgeballs at him and laugh at him." So there's that, but it wasn't Quinn. So
Gotcha. But alrighty. Now that you got your fill on that audience, the vampire system, do you still have in your system, Jake? For next time?
No, but I found out he made 2 other books, so I might check out My Dragon System.
No. No, okay?
Nah,
I can't check out the other one because it's a sequel, and so but I can do
all right. Anyway.
How about no?
Okay. Well, with that, we should move on to the next topic, audience. So, and I got this one, G.I. Joe number 9.
I don't know if I read it, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
So, okay. Well, this just came out this week.
Did I not read it? What I read was the free comic book day issue where Collection meets Transformer.
I think that was like 2 issues ago. So
Yeah.
issue 7. So
Yeah,
right.
I'm behind.
The story also further goes into that story, but the main plot of this is really like Baroness. She just wants like some time to herself, right? So Duke gives her some time. She goes to Paris, but she doesn't have the complete trust of the Joes, so she said they assign CoverGirl to go, tag along with her, And in the last issue. Oh,
I
what
know.
happened?
I forgot her name was CoverGirl, bro. I just heard that song a minute ago.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, they go to Paris, and you find out that like the reason why Baroness was going to Paris because she wanted to meet her biological parents there. They don't know if she's alive or around, but she still wants to keep tabs on them. Make sure they're safe, this and that. Unfortunately, it's during this trip that you find Raptor comes in to want to kill, who was hired to go kill Baroness, and this is kind of like the perfect time. And I gotta say, I'm not too familiar with Raptor's previous designs, but he looks like his wings look like Vulture's wings from the MCU. Has those propellers inside, sharp blades on the edge. I mean, he's even sporting some Wolverine
Was this
claws.
not the dude from the Cobra Commander book?
Yes, they did reference he was in other books. So yeah.
Yeah, he was his partner, and he like his wings came out and in the wrong place.
Ah, okay, gotcha. He's not going to be the only villain to pop up that holds a grudge against Baroness. But you do get like insight as to his story. He was an office worker before, but he hated that life. You know, working in taxes, and until you end up dying. Birds were his like main getaway escape. He especially was fond of birds that were hunters, and he eventually wanted to take up that path. I'm gonna be a hunter bird too. So yeah, there's a big epic fight between these three, and then you find out like who hired him to go after Baroness, and it was a guy by the name of Bud. Oh, sorry, Blood, Bludd, who apparently was somebody that got screwed over by Baroness during a previous story of those two. I think it was during
Yeah,
their yeah. Yeah. So, he comes out and he hired Raptor to help him take down Baroness. And on top of this, he kind of finds out, yeah, there's actually a whole list of people who want to see Baroness get killed. So this is
hell,
perfect
bro.
for
At this
him.
point, you're cheating. Stop being a bitch and fight it yourself. You're telling me you went to the robot flying man with claws and all that to fight the regular human woman?
I know. He wanted to be thorough on this, so
You want to
yeah.
guarantee, bro. You fight it yourself.
Yep. Well, apparently, like the investment paid off as it was Raptor who was able to throw net over Baroness and CoverGirl to capture them. So hey, mission accomplished there. But anyway, we go back to like the pit, the Joe's headquarters, this and that, right? And some of the members are kind of getting a little worried about Clutch. Like, yeah, he seems to be a little bit secretive, not want to talk around them. And remember, Clutch is the one whose Jeep transformed into an Autobot.
Yes.
So yeah, so they've been having conversations. They're one-on-one conversations with each other. Clutch is getting informed into what his mission is, who this Prime is. Unfortunately, right now, Clutch though he's a bit worn out because he needs Energon, right? So yeah, Clutch is going to have to find a way to get Energon to this Autobot without anybody noticing. Because hey, let's not forget,
Yeah.
Duke has Duke has a little bit of PTSD from the
Yeah.
last time he saw a giant robot.
People don't remember Starkly murdered his partner and almost killed him. And like, if you
Exactly,
want to transform,
exactly. Duke isn't aware of what an Autobot or a Decepticon is, so as far as
yeah, if that dude transforms right now, they're all just going to kill it. There's no conversation happening.
exactly. But then you also get another story where like Destro, yeah, apparently they found like a lone survivor in a Mars mission, right? He went insane after something went horribly wrong during that Mars mission. He's like, in a prison system. All he's doing is just painting in his jail cell. Yeah, apparently, he kept spouting the story about like uh one one giant robot ended up turning into a jet fighter, so Destro hasn't killed. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he saw Jetfire.
Yep, that was no, that was actually Starscream.
Oh, okay. I keep
Yeah,
more
the
likely
guy
to be fucking mine.
he kept saying his name was Starscream as he's like painting a mural of what he saw in that mission, you know? So yeah, he gets assassinated. What can you do? But then you cut back to CoverGirl and Baroness, right? You know, CoverGirl got shot in the shoulder, but you know she got stitched up a bit. But unfortunately, they're both like in a pit right now, um, awaiting their fate. You know, CoverGirl's Baroness is kind of blaming CoverGirl for both of them being captured because she, you know, put the lives of the civilians up first instead of securing their own safety. You know, but yeah, that's when you get introduced to Blood. You know, popping up. He's like saying, "Yeah, originally I just want to get revenge for what you did to me, Baroness. But then, hey, I can make some money off of this. So you know, when people find out that I have you, as my hostage, who knows how much they're going to want to pay." You know, to get the honor of like, you know, slashing your throat, you know? But before that, let's have some fun. So he throws a sword in between the two girls and yeah, basically tells them, yeah, one of you gets to live longer if, you know, you kill the other, you know? Basically. Yeah. And he actually kind of sweetens the deal for Baroness's stake is because like, you know, now that he's aware that she was looking after her parents, he tells her like, "Hey, if you don't kill CoverGirl, then we're gonna go after your parents." You know? So like, oh god dang it! I gotta say, well, let me finish this last part, right? You know, Baroness is like saying, "Hey, why don't you stop being a beep and try to take me out yourself?" You know? Oh, by the
Thank you.
way,
That's all I've been saying.
yep. Oh, by the way, it was also apparently Baroness who cost Blub losing his eye. So she's like, okay, okay, yeah. I wonder which other potty part I'm going to take from you after this. Like, ooh. Just wait, man. But anyway, the issue ends unfortunately with CoverGirl coming to realize something. Yeah, Baroness is right. I really should be more like her as she literally stabs Baroness in the back. Yikes. Look, as much as I like the idea of Baroness being on the Joes, like, if she comes out a couple issues later and end up deciding, like, yeah, I'm going to join the Cobras, Cobra Commander, yeah, I wouldn't blame her, really. You know, but
Yeah.
dang. Dang. I'm sure this is a Trojan horse right here, you know, but yeah, it looks like an actual stab. I mean, maybe Curve Girl could say, "Well, I didn't aim for a vital organ or something," you know, but still, you
Yeah, had
drew
to make
blood.
him think who was following his plan or something. Dumb shit. I don't know.
I know, right? Please still be a Joe Baroness after this, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, other than that, good issue. Uh, if you haven't read the last issue, go read it because you get a lot more in-depth detail between CoverGirl and Baroness. Which I gotta say, you know, I think that's part of the reason why they didn't right out of the gate start with Scarlet on the team because you're giving the other girls some time to shine and stories to delve into, you know. So yeah, good issues. What I'm saying, audience. So did you Alrighty then. We can move on to the next, but which one's the next one?
It's Imperial.
Oh yeah, Imperial. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do.
Think if I hear
Okay.
you typing on my part, we're gonna have to fight about it. You hear me?
All right, all right. We're in private chat. What are you talking about?
Huh?
Okay.
It's in private chat.
I said if I hear you typing doing my part.
Oh.
Yep.
Imperial
Oh,
number 2.
yay.
You go to first. The whole universe basically is prepared to go to war with Wakanda. Well, the
Oh,
Galactic Empire, the Intergalactic Empire, Wakanda. As you can see here, Gladiator is not playing any games. Wait, yeah, I picked this photo. So if you look at what he does, he somehow curves his beam, and that's a new power.
Oh yeah.
This is like
Upgrade.
this is almost a mega beam level stuff.
Oh, those Krees, man. You can always count on them to be prepared for a fight. So.
But this is the woman who they thought was the assassin.
Hmm.
I don't think we get her name, but she gets captured. We find out that Wakanda didn't do this. You go to the next photo.
Shuri's the one who got captured.
That is sure. She looks so different, right? It's her name.
I kind of find it funny. They're like, okay, we're going to the intergalactic Wakanda. We're going to go after We're going to capture Black Panther. And when they find Shuri, they're like, this is not the Black Panther we wanted. Like,
Yeah. I was saying,
yeah.
so it's that's why I didn't want to bring it up, because now they've made it clear that Hickman just saying fuck the current lore and rewriting it again. Because it wasn't clear with the first issue. We just thought, Black Panther, all these other Avengers, he's already in space. That stuff was going on. But it's confirmed full on that Black Panther, T'Challa is still seen as a full King Wakanda overall, which is was not the case for a good while now.
Yeah.
And sure, being Black Panther, all the other stuff, like that's what had not been going on for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Even if they're both wearing a Black Panther suit, if you have T'Challa and Shuri both in the same room, who are you calling Black Panther, really?
I'm calling both of them wearing the both suit, okay? You just fuck. In the same way that you would call both Sam and Cap and Steve Captain America. I'm gonna do them. They both earned their title as Black Panther.
Okay. All right. So,
but throughout all this, go to the next photo. I gotta see what it is. I kind of
it's
I know what's happening, but so the scroll reveal happens next. So the scrolls reveal that they're behind everything, which anybody reading the first issue pretty much figured out. It's usually always scrolls.
Yeah.
And like we said, there's no way the Kree would have made that poison because Wakanda asked them to. That would be stupid.
Is it wrong to automatically think audience they should?
No, you can be racist. It's okay.
Yeah.
At this point, their racism got to be like warranted at least a little bit.
Come on, they're shapeshifters, audience. Come on, So.
Every time we get a good scroll, they do this.
Yes, So.
But man, so basically they took the form of Teddy, I believe, and asked to drink the poison. So Teddy didn't know. The Teddy that people like is still protected, but he didn't know. But they're still loyal to the old queen, Verak, who I think is, people don't remember who's been dead since Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
So I guess either she's coming back or she's alive again. There's a whole other thing hit me just retcon.
Yeah, I'm surprised they kept that death intact for as long as they did.
Well, they basically replaced it with Teddy's grandma, so it didn't really matter.
Gotcha.
That's why I was like, oh, she's gonna be the big bad, but it's not her they're calling. They're calling the dead queen.
Yep. Apparently, blowing the school's head off isn't enough to kill them, audience. Like aiming for the head isn't always the right decision when going up against an alien. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This it's might destroy every part of them for all we know. But the scrolls revealed their part. They started everything, so they attacked. You see, they stab. I believe that's M'Baku. I can't remember right now.
Yeah, that's M'Baku.
Everybody's design is slightly changed there for people, so sometimes it's confusing to see their first new appearance. Cause this man got a mohawk for and we see Nova and Star-Lord get captured. Well, not fully captured, but the Skrulls grab one of them, trying to kill him. All the other, Skrull evil stuff, blah blah. But the main meat and potatoes of the issue is the next one, because before this talk about the Skrulls, I believe in the graphic Black Panther. So it's Hulk, not at his strongest to be fair, but above average Hulk strength. And you on that photo. And Braun, who was on this show, fighting Black Panther. And because obviously they can't have Black Panther just automatically lose, or anything like that. Or they can't make Hulk look weak. They had to like. There's always hoops and hurdles in this fight. This fight starts with Hulk punching him. That's all people don't know. Since the Black Panther film, Vibranium has got new powers. They're basically making this like I said, there's a great video out there. You can go on YouTube and look up. And they say Black Panther had the Superman problem. Where
Yeah.
writers can make him do anything and just say it's this.
I
That's,
wouldn't just say, I wouldn't just say it's a Black Panther problem. It's a Wakanda problem, man. Like, anybody who goes up against that.
at least beforehand, it was like, if you attack Wakanda, they're probably going to win. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay. But when now they're out of Wakanda and they're still doing crazy stuff, I'm like, no, that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah,
I'm not saying your home base being crazy.
Yeah, look at it this way, Morbius. In this book, you have the Skrulls, the Krees, I believe the Shi'ar-2, the Hulks, and and also Spartex. They're all gunning after Wakanda.
And Red Folks is full power Sakaar, the planet itself is.
Yeah, and yet, guess what?
It's portrayed as an even fight.
Yes.
Somehow.
No, not even.
Wakanda's winning by the end of it, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, not even an even fight. Like, Wakanda, apparently, their moon is made of vibranium, and they use that as basically an EMP to make all the other ships, besides Wakandan ships, immobile. Like, for real.
Yeah. Don't forget, for anyone who don't know a lot about the Galactic Empire of Wakanda, this shit was made without, T'Challa even knowing about it first.
Yeah.
There was some Wakandans in the space 100 years ago and started making this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Before T'Challa got here. So who knows how long they had the capability to do this stuff.
Makes you realize why no other writer really wanted to touch on the intergalactic Wakanda, Like,
yeah, let's not even get into that bullshit.
This should have been an overwhelming defeat on Wakanda's part, but it wasn't.
Black Panther, as of right now, because of vibranium. If people don't know, antimateria cannot break vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, in continuity.
Wow.
T'Challa has vibranium in his teeth. Wolverine's teeth cannot break his. Wolverine's claw cannot break his teeth.
Wow. Oh God. Whose idea was that to put vibranium in his teeth? I gotta wonder.
Well, they're already putting it in clothes and stuff. So now they from that they started putting it in characters' bodies, and that's how we got the Kingpin thing too.
No, okay.
So there's a mutant who was big in the core era, who's Wakandan. He has vibranium engravings on his body, and those engravings allow him to use super speed. That's not his new power. Black Panther can also, they found a way to use vibranium to have super speed. And this super speed is comparable to Speed Demon, the Spiderman villain.
What?
And to be fair, Speed Demon's not like the fastest man alive or anything like that, but he's fast as fuck. he's Spider-Man's only speedable. He's a big deal when he shows up.
Okay, I can see what you mean by saying that vibranium is running into the Superman problem. So.
As you can see here, the vibranium allows Black Panther to teleport. With another new power. But Black Panther earlier in another page, I had so many pictures I couldn't decide which one to see. They were all bullshit. Black Panther was doing after damages on the other crazy shit in this fight because of the speed thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then his regular vibranium sword can also pierce the Hulk, which has never been a thing before. He cuts Hulk's arm earlier in the scene, and Hulk just straight up says, "I felt that."
I mean, I have seen adamantium pierce Hulk's skin, but I can't say I've seen vibranium do the same. So.
Before this, anytime Black Panther fought Hulk, even Immortal Hulk, he had to use the energy dagger stuff to go through his skin. Now it's just regular vibranium. That's how much they upgraded their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Panther basically gets out this fight with two Hulks, scot-free. No damage, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person hurt is Hulk. And he's not really hurt, but the only person with any type of damage shown in this fight is Hulk.
All right.
And then the Skrull show up. Mm-hmm. So But that's basically what I want to get to. This Wakanda problem. I was hoping this was going to be Hickman's way of, I won't say downplaying Wakanda, but what's the best way to say it?
Like,
Returning them to a more limited state because they have become way too overpowered.
yes, definitely. You
It's
know.
one of those situations where it's kind of unbelievable when Black Panther loses now. Or like when Wakanda loses and gets taken over. Like if the Intergalactic Empire has been around this long, the Secret Invasion should not Secret Invasion. Secret Empire should not have.
Yep, that's true.
Like none of that shit should have mattered.
And from what I recall, also they lost in that fight too.
That was their first loss. That's what makes it so bad. They survived Thanos invading Wakanda.
Yep.
But like their first loss was too weird. I guess that's a Steve suit, but you shouldn't have it based on everything we know.
Yep. The resources that we have, you know.
But I believe the issue ends with Nova and Star-Lord. They're coming here. Basically, everyone's on their back foot now because the Skrulls are revealed to be in every faction. Some of the Wakandan guy who shot the trigger was a Skrull in disguise. Some of the Shi'ar were Skrulls in disguise. Some of the Spartans people were Skrulls in disguise. And that's how they got the poison basically to everybody.
Wow.
So it's literally just Secret Invasion 2.0, but universal wide.
Oh yeah. Can you blame any planet for not wanting to allow Skrulls to come in their homeworld anymore, audience? No, be
I can see why there's only 4 issues, and why there's other like solo issues to set up other stuff. Because it's really just like the event. We're going to get through this, and then whatever we're like building up from there will be the little solo extra books.
I asked Brock if well, there's like
That's
to our allegory point.
AI.
Yeah, I asked Grok like, hey, like not today, but I asked him earlier. Like, hey, is like X-Men like are the Skrulls like a good allegory for the thing they're supposed to represent? And it was like, no. But it did list the reason that we always said. It was just like you can't do an allegory about skin deep issues and still, but it's not really a skin deep problem.
Once you give them an actual thing to be scared of, you can't be like, oh, it's your racist because of their skin. Right. Or is it like racist skin thing? This man has a laser that can take that. If Cyclops stand at the end of town, turn his lights on, and turn left and right, he can wipe out a full city.
That's true. All it takes is one mutant to be the school shooter, and we're all dead.
Yeah.
Oh, then.
That's all I'm saying.
And Cyclops looked at me. That literally, like, making his power, he shot his laser in the freaking school and killed it. I think almost killed everybody, but he left the school for sure.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
They showed it in 2 films. That's how much that origin is.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know, man. Basically, this feels like this event is just going to be the breakup of the Empire.
Yep.
So, like, obviously the Skrulls are evil now, so they're not following. It'll feel disingenuous for, like, 10 years to still be the king of the Skrulls and Kree, and the Skrulls are, like, going back to be full evil again.
Well, it's been a good, 5 years since they...
it's been a good 5 years, they ain't done shit, so, whatever.
It's been a good 5 years since that Empire event that united the Kree and the Skrulls. So, yeah.
I think they expected that event to be bigger than it was, because, like, but... No, remember... I don't know if you remember, but supposed to be like 20 spin-off books, and most of them got canceled.
Oh, yeah, because of the pandemic and this and that, yeah. So
yeah, so I knew all something what the show just couldn't do. And then they didn't know do they fucking the whole thing.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the villain for that since then. The son of Mantis, he's alive, he's on a different planet or something.
The son of Mantis ain't existing in the comics anymore, man. So
but I think it's just, all this is gonna be the end of the Empire stuff. Kree and Skrulls both like go back evil full on, which is probably for the best.
Mm-hmm.
They them being good, they haven't made to do anything.
Yep.
But like,
Hey,
I guess also that help the most of our Kree heroes that people care about are dead or they don't care.
yeah.
And the only
Just got
scroll we
one.
have is Teddy, so
Yeah,
he's here.
just got one request. Blow up the Wakandan moon.
Yeah,
Come
you have to blow it up.
on.
That has to go.
Yeah,
Realistically, I
come
kind
on.
of hope the whole Empire falls in it.
Yeah, come on. They do not need that much amount of vibranium, audience. Come on, when
Yeah,
you talk about when you talk about the size of the moon, audience, you can live without it. All right, like, you
I
know,
kind of saw that coming though, because if they're in space, also they're gonna go look for the planet that vibranium came from, or wherever the
yeah.
comet came from. But they don't seem to have done that. So I don't know where they got all this shit from.
I know,
They should
I
not
know.
have a moon worth of vibranium left on content all they even use vibranium for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But
shit, they're pretty much unstoppable just with a mountain size. So yeah.
the best thing to come out of this, I kind of wish Hickman was doing a Fantastic Four tie-in post this. But I'm getting She-Hulk, getting Black Panther, we're getting like Star Wars.
Mhm.
Because the thing has a Kree kid and a Squirrel kid.
Oh,
So both those races turning back fully evil should affect the Transform like somewhere in the future. So I
but
kind
they,
of wish they were like directly involved in this event.
dude, that's gonna be post One World in their Doom, man. They already have their shit to deal with Doom
Well, to
stuff.
be fair, that's basically ending next issue when
Yeah.
they come back. So
Mhm.
that was
They come.
that's why I don't like how Marvel and DC are doing events because I just feel like they're all just stacked on top of each other.
I
One
know.
World of Doom still going on. This is out, and Age of Revelation came out last week.
Oh god dang, dude.
And the funny part is like the number issue 0 Age of Revelation came out this week or last week. But
Mhm.
that event doesn't start for a few more months. So why did you do that? I'm not gonna remember this shit.
Yeah, yeah. You wonder why people are not as excited as events as they once were. So
This had the hyper Hickman make people want it like initially, and
mhm.
Doom was it's a Doom. They just thought it would be better than what it was.
Yeah,
So we can move on.
yeah,
It's just mainly the scroll reveal here. And Black Panther being
Mhm.
overpowered itself for no reason. Like it's hard to even say this guy's street level now. He's just like no, he can just fight anybody. He can fight gods. He can fight Hulk. He can fight
and
anybody he
let's
wants to whenever he needs to because I'm ready to do whatever the fuck he wants.
and let's not forget Austin. He still has T'Challa. I'm not talking about Black Panther or anything, right, audience? T'Challa himself has his own private world that he rules from the Twilight Court. They'll see him as a king. That's something
He
he's
hasn't even
all.
used his energy dagger powers. He hasn't even used the movie power they took where he can
Yeah.
do the whole shockwave stuff. And they added that to the comics, they added all this stuff.
Mhm. I know.
Like the idea that we read this book and we're like, yeah, Hulk could probably lose is an insane thought. Two Hulks could probably lose to one Black Panther right now.
But here we're at.
Yeah, Jake on the head, he should hate, but I guess he's scared to be called racist.
Gotcha. Again, when it came to Secret Invasion audience, I always ask you guys, you have to have the scrolls answer two things before you want to do anything with them. One, you gotta ask, why exactly is there a war going on between you and the Kree? And two, why exactly do no other planets want to have you?
To be fair, the Screen Scroll War is the fault of both of them. It's not something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I just need you to
I know,
answer that.
I want to know too, but
Yeah,
it's funny though when they asked him, and why did you try to take over our planet back in like the 2000s?
yeah.
That was your guys' fault. We witches them. They were fucking with us, and they tried to
Oh,
kill us, and we caught them, and we learned how to copy their bodies, and humans, all this stuff. We learned how to use their DNA and turn into y'all. It
yeah.
all leads to them fault.
And I'm pretty sure they were also trying to say that was part of their religion, some religious prophecy or something like
Well, yeah,
that.
they did because the queen was telling them that Earth was theirs by prophecy of the gods
Mhm.
as they lost their planet, and it was all bullshit.
Yeah. I know, right?
It sounds like this Clark thing where it's like one day someone's gonna save the planet and then Hulk shows up. I'm like, see? They're like, no, what? You said for more than it's gonna happen. It just don't happen that Hulk showed up. Like there's no other time like Hulk will be here.
Yeah. Wow. Well, what do you do? Well, all right then, audience. I guess with that, we should probably move on. The next book is I Lie Popeye, but after reskimming it, I'm going to have to hold that out for next week because there are a couple of pictures and talk points that I kind of need to bring up that I didn't get a chance to prepare for. So
Yeah, Jake.
Yep.
So it's your turn, loser.
Yeah, Jake, it's all on you, man.
Okay, shit. Okay, well, all right, so I confirmed it. I think this is. It started interesting. It started strong. I think it's the weakest post Metro Nui book we've gotten in the series. I mean,
And it's supposed to be the greatest team of Bionicle from what I heard.
And that's why I'm disappointed. Because listen, they had when I was a kid, this team. First off, they have the best song. Move Along is the best Bionicle song, in my opinion. I know there's some Cairo Shell fans out there. She's not here yet. She comes in the next arc. But for right now, Move Along is by All American Rejects is my favorite Bionicle song ever. And well, that and Crash by Daughtry. But we have that. We have an Aura Farm trailer, which I think is like one of the best Toa trailers ever, next to the Toa Marhi trailer, which comes next too as well. We got cool Bionicle designs. We got color-coded villain. Well, we've had that, but we have interesting-looking villains. But it's just not working. I think the problem is when you come back, the Toa Metru saga was really good for a lot of reasons. But one of those reasons was the Toa Metru were fantastic characters. The Toa and Mata, by comparison, the Toa Nuva, were kind of like simplistic tropes, but they work because they bounced off each other really well. They have really good chemistry with each other. But the Metro Nui saga, they had that, but they also had character depth. You get time to spend with each and every character, like from Bakama to Wanua. Every character had their own thing going on. They might not have been all as important as each other at any given time, but I loved every Toa Metru character, and I loved the creative ways they used their powers, how they were bickering as a team, but they find up solutions together. How it really felt like the Metro Nui saga felt like a D&D campaign. Like I was just reading like a D&D campaign with Bionicle characters. That's right. How kind of in-depth and tangential it would get. And Metro Nui felt like a real lived-in world. It's one of my favorite fictional settings ever, to the point where in my stories, I've taken some inspirations from Metro Nui. Fun fact. For when I made my first city design, because I just love the way they came up with all the intricate things. But flash forward to Voya Nui, and I understand that the point is that Metro Nui was an island paradise before it got ruined and all this other shit. So Voya Nui, I get, can't be as cool looking as Metro Nui in terms of technology. But there's not really much going on. Like I'm realizing there's not much on Voya Nui going. There's like the initial thing where it's like, wow, this place is really shit, and that's cool. But it doesn't really lead to much because the Paraka kind of take over. The Paraka are cool villains. I like how they're unapologetically villain. None of them is the sympathetic one. None of them's gonna be like, oh, my backstory. You know what I mean?
we need more of those instances, audience, nowadays. Like,
none of them's gonna look at you and be like, maybe if my father didn't abuse me, I would have been like this. But the problem with them is that the Toa are here, but the Paraka still feel like the main characters. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if we had the new Avengers movie. And these are characters we've seen them, but we haven't really got to know them. You know what I mean? Like, no, you know what? Imagine we had a Thunderbolts movie, but the main villains were the Squadron Supreme. And this is the first time we've really seen the Thunderbolts like in action. They've usually been side characters and everything, right? But imagine if instead of focusing on the Thunderbolts, we focused on the Squadron Supreme the whole movie. You know what I mean? We never get to know who the Thunderbolts are. They're not. We don't get to see all their dynamics. We don't get to see the Red Guardian scene where he's cheering up Yelena. We don't get to see the scene where John Walker's showing how cool he can be. Instead,
Yeah.
all of that time is given to Hyperion and like the rest of that team because we got to see what the villains are up to. It seems like the author really loves the Paraka and doesn't have much for the Toa, and I think it's very unfortunate. And the reason I'm saying this is because these cryptid,
What happened?
the Toa just finished one fight. Okay, this is the first time we actually get to see the Toa, be on the island and do their thing, and they win successfully. And we cut back to the Paraka immediately. And I skipped ahead for a little bit. The Paraka get 6 uninterrupted chapters to themselves. Okay?
Okay.
We still don't know much about this new team of Toa. We know that I told you before, everything I know, they work really good together. They're the best version. They're the best Toa team in terms of their effectiveness, but I don't know who they are individually at this point. I know who Jala is. I love my boy Jala. Jala is my homie, but I don't know much about him as a Toa. I don't know much about Holly. I mean, Holly was introduced in Mask of Light, and she was cool, but like she wasn't like a character yet. Neither was Niparu and the others. They were background characters, and I thought it was really interesting taking background characters from Bionicle lore that we've seen and that we know have done things, but we just haven't ever focused on them. And taking those characters and making them the main protagonist, inspired idea. I love that concept, but we're not really learning anything about them. It's like promoting Ned from Spiderman to a main character status, and we still don't know much about Ned. Like, so, I don't really like that, especially because this team had so much buildup, and especially because the Toa Nuba had to get humiliated in this book just to prop up the Toa Ignika, which I was okay with if there was a good payoff, but there isn't, and I think that's the unfortunate part. I'm not digging this. I think the Paraka for this chapter, just so everybody knows where I am in the story, we do get the backstory about how the Paraka came to be as a team. This continuing off of last time where the Shadowed One met, Vizak and Hakan, and we also get the origin for why they call themselves the Paraka. They do reestablish that, yes, the word Paraka in Matoran is their version of the N-word, but we actually explain why it is the case. Paraka means thief in the Matoran language. Okay. And yes, being called a thief, and just being called a thief by itself is fine. Like, if you stole some food, that's fine. That's a thief. A Paraka steals your food and then burns your house down on the way out. That's the difference, okay? You wanna rob an old lady in the street, or you wanna like jaywalk? That's fine. A Paraka is gonna jaywalk on his way to stab an old lady in the gut. That's a Paraka. So like, being called a Paraka is being called the worst Bionicle in existence, the worst person ever. That's all that means.
Yeah.
But when Vizak heard the name, when he was called a Paraka, he said, "I actually love that. I want to be that." So, because these are not redeemable characters. We also get to find out why Zaktan has the powers he does. So Zaktan is the green one, and we find out that the Paraka, when they were introduced to the Dark Hunters Guild, they wanted to usurp the Shadowed One, and they tried it, and it didn't work out. And the Shadowed One looked at Zaktan and used his eye beams to like seemingly kill him, but actually said, "No, I'm not going to kill you. I'm gonna shred your body down, and to the point where it can only be remade with bugs. Like, you are made of actual bugs. Okay, you don't have your body anymore." And the only thing he tells Zaktan, like Zaktan's looking at him, he's like, "Why'd you do this?" And he's just like, "Remember today, and never try that shit again." And I was like, and you know what? I like that. I like the Shadow One as a third villain. We did see in the Vakama book the Shadow One versus Makuta. We know Makuta's on the top of the pecking order, but I do like the Shadow One being a close second. I like that we keep the mystery about him. But after I got through this chapter,
they can turn people to bugs. Probably under Makuta.
Because Makuta is the ultimate schemer, bro. He's the devil. He's Lucifer, bro. He's the fallen angel. Okay?
Yeah, but he can turn people to bugs casually.
Yeah, but he can ruin your whole life. Actually, no. Actually, he can mind control you. I forgot. He can manipulate you with shadows and shit. So that's him.
Uh-huh.
He's losing because they're fucking losers.
And also, he can become the shadows themselves, and he's just stronger. so,
And guess what? He's bugs.
And I do remember doing research, and finding Makuna actually has a shit ton of powers. I just can't remember them all. I had them in the file somewhere. But yeah, I will say. So I went through this chapter, and I went ahead and, like I said, like I told Cryptid, there are 5 more chapters just about the Paraka after this. And I'm like, dog, like I'm here for the Toa. Like, it's cool you want to develop these villains, but if you're not going to balance it out, like I'm kind of losing interest in like the overall plot. And I do understand that the whole stakes of this is we got to get the Mask of Life or the universe is destroyed. I get that, but it kind of gets lost in the background with all the like the Paraka. There's not a chapter that goes by where the Paraka aren't trying to backstab each other, and that's cool. And I get it. Like Cryptid agrees with this. Like they're villains, and they live up to being villains. Backstabbing is cool, but if every plot has to be stopped and come to a grinding halt because every Paraka wants a shot at the top spot, it kind of slows the book down like considerably. When it could be used to character development. Like I know the Paraka are going to be evil. I would like to see some character development here. Like I said, I will continue reading this book. I'm hoping because again, I want to remind people when I started this, I was told as a kid that one of the Toa Ignika, Matsuro, he's the greatest Toa of all time, and he hasn't even had time to really shine. Like I don't really know much about Matsuro.
He's not the greatest, bro. They're just lying.
It may be. My goat is always going to be Vakama so far. Maybe Matsuro could take that in the next book, but I really do hope this problem gets fixed in the sequel book because right now the Toa Ignika, I mean they got the aura farming down, but they don't really have much in the way of character. So I'll continue this next week and finish the Paraka's full backstory. But yeah, it's not bad, and as a book, it is better written than the Toa Mata saga because that was a lot more simplistic and for kids. Where the Toa Metri saga was more for like teenagers or young or like preteens. This one, I would still say is in that teenage range. It's just like it just has no substance to it, and I think it's the weakest. It's the weakest of the post Mata Nui arcs so far, which is a shame, but missed opportunity. But you know what? It is what it is.
This is random. Go ahead, finish.
But we'll see next week. Maybe it'll pick back up, or maybe it won't. We'll see.
This is random, but you just randomly reminded me because you talked about how it was for kids and stuff. But I was talking to somebody earlier, and we were talking about like poets and stuff. And like, what's your favorite poet? Like area apple, all that stuff. I want you to know what a straight face this person said in Dr. Seuss, and they got that, and people laugh.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, he is a poet. It's fine you like it, but it'd be most of the kids stuff. People are going to laugh.
Yeah.
If that's your biggest inspiration as a poet, that's fine. But you have to realize how ridiculous that sounds. No one talks about Dr. Seuss like the top of like poetry when it comes to that type of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. I thought it was just rhymes, to be honest. I don't know.
It is, but that's what we consider most poetry are real.
Yeah. Well, I know jack shit about poetry to begin with, so.
Poetry is hard and easy at the same time.
I'm just saying. And we start talking about poetry, and you say, "Oh, my top story is Cat in the Hat." I'm leaving. One fish, two fish. I'm going home.
Gotcha. But all right then. Any final thoughts on this before we move on, guys?
No, it's all good. Like I said, hope the Toamari saga picks up.
Gotcha. Well, all right. With that, let's move on to the next book. Austin?
This is my last story, and I will have to leave it. This because my phone's going to die.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
talk about it.
Don't worry. Yeah, I have enough time to talk about it for a little bit. Just in case, but I'm at like 10%.
Gotcha.
Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. Bro.
Those pictures I saw, Austin, I'm like, oh, jeez.
I did those for you. because I could have used more pictures or better pictures, but I was
Yeah.
like, I want you to see the two cap ones specifically.
My patriotic heart grew 5 times its size, audience. Like,
So
damn.
this story starts with Mole Man, who found vibranium, another new kind of vibranium underground,
jeez.
and he makes a staff out of it, and he tries to use it to collapse the world of New York. But in doing
Okay.
so,
A vibranium that controls Earth, I guess. Okay. Go for
he
it.
mixes it with his staff, and then he's using the sound waves underground to like
Okay.
cause an earthquake type thing.
Yeah.
But in doing so, he wakes up Godzilla. And so read ratings of something coming up through the ground, but Godzilla is not what pops up. A celestial pops up.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And then Moment comes out talking about help for this for, and they're like, bro, what did you do? You're like, bro, you're talking about the wrong thing. Fuck that celestial. Godzilla's here. And then Godzilla comes out the ground. Because people don't remember. So people don't know. This book's fully established. This is the Godzilla from the old crossover.
Okay.
So in continuity, he's just been sleeping on the ground since the 90s or 60s. I don't remember when that book came out.
Gotcha.
After he beat their ass back then, he went to sleep. And that's it. And then he woke up again. And him waking up chased that. And so they confirmed that this Earth was like an egg for the Celestial.
Yeah.
So he comes out the ground because Godzilla scared this nigga out the ground.
You would think like a celestial just on their size alone would be more bigger than Godzilla, though. You know.
It's the same size as Godzilla in this. Look, go to that photo. Godzilla kills him in 2 panels.
Oh, damn.
Godzilla grabs him by his head. He bites into his stomach, rips that open, rips off. You see Celestial guts for the first time in a long time. And then you see he rips off his head and everything. And even Reed's like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, if only Witch was here to see this slaughter of a celestial audience, you know?
And Reed's so shocked. He's like, bro, nobody move. No one do anything. He's going to T-Rex approach. He don't know what the fuck's going on. And then Mole Man fucked it up because he's attacked Godzilla. But now Godzilla's attacking the thing.
You would think this would someone of Godzilla's caliber wouldn't be that much of a surprise to heroes in general since they fight giant monsters on a daily basis, you know? So
You gotta remember, this Godzilla's strong enough to fight gods even back then. He only got stronger.
dang.
This is Godzilla that stomped all the Avengers and X-Men in the 90s.
Yeah.
So they like, bro, last time this dude happened, he beat the dog shit all over. And now he's back, and he just one-shot those Celestial, basically. No atomic breath, just first strength.
Wow.
We aren't prepared for this.
Yeah.
Reed calls the Avengers. Quicksilver say, Black Panther seems to be coming up with the plan to fight. Quicksilver saving people. And Wanda, Carol, and all them trying to fight him. They basically kind of hold out until Thor gets there. Because as I told y'all, in the Thor vs. Godzilla crossover, Thor did pretty good. Thor didn't lose. I say that much. Here, Godzilla said, fuck that, we're not doing that direct out fight again. He tail whipped this nigga into space. and because the way he tail whipped him, he hit him with his tail, but he hit the hammer with his tail, and the hammer hit Thor in the face, and it flew off in the face holding Thor. So Thor's unconscious, just flying away.
Whoa.
And then Carol has to lead the fight to go get him. Go to the next picture.
Look at that, audience, like he KO'd a god. All right,
I will say Godzilla did try to kill the Fantastic Four in the scene. In the scene right before this. He tried to step on him, and basically Sue saved him with the force field. So he's still not that strong. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm just saying. But is this the next one?
What was that?
Nah, I'm just making sure. But they make sure to give Steve his 1v1 moment. As always. He gets the 1v1 moment. But if people don't know, the most popular variant cover of this book is Steve jumping down Godzilla's throat. He's doing atomic breath.
Yes.
That's basically what he's doing. with all the
diving
Avengers
down
X-Men
like
around.
diving down like it was freaking water. But this is the panel Austin is talking
Yeah.
about, dude. Oh my
So
god,
yeah,
full
Steve tries to
atomic
talk to
breath.
him. It doesn't work, and he gets the full atomic breath, as you can see.
You see the energy building up from Godzilla's tail, going all the way up to his head, and bam, he shoots at Steve, but Steve's shield bounces that energy right back at Godzilla, KOing him.
This is another thing. This is another. I won't say consequence. This might be
Yeah.
the only good thing with vibranium getting stronger and stronger because
No,
Steve just gets crazy more feet every fucking issue.
It's
So
not.
people don't remember a
So he's
while
not
back. He blocked
no.
a celestial's full power attack with the shield.
Are
Yeah,
you
That's a lie.
yeah.
telling me Wakanda just solos Godzilla? Is that what I'm
No, no,
getting?
no, no. Hey, I don't want to give full credit for vibranium in this because remember, Steve Shield is a one of a kind metal. All right, it's not just vibranium; it's also adamantium and that mysterious X element. So yeah. All
I'm
right, it's a
saying
one of a kind
any
option.
boost to those metals boost the shield is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
but
Steve just gets
still, man.
crazier and crazier shield feet every crossover book it feels like.
Oh, keep in mind, audience, this is the atomic blast that KO'd Superman not
Yeah.
that long ago. Charging star to the face, Godzilla. All right. Okay, I'll admit our American monster King Kong. You know, he didn't go all the way and beat Godzilla, but god dang it, the red, white, and blue striped superhero did. Audience, yay! Yeah. This was an amazing panel. This is my panel of the year, audience. You know.
Yeah, and he did this thinking he was he thought he let me see if I can remember correctly. He thought he killed Godzilla with this, but Godzilla can regenerate.
Yeah, you do see like a open chest wound of Godzilla, like his
Yeah.
heart exposed and everything.
This is the last photo I had because we have people don't know we have limited photos to the you get the first photo with the cover
Mhm.
and you get up to 3 photos after that.
Yeah.
So I told these two for Chris that I need him to see it. And then after the only other one I probably would have showed was Godzilla potentially killing half the Avengers, Reed and Sue, and a few other people.
Uh-huh.
Because he fully atomic breath the building they're on with Steve's not over there.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, what do? We have to avenge them. I guess that's all we can do. And then they're calling more heroes in for round 2.
There you go.
Realistically, we know they probably didn't die.
Yeah. I just want the after effects to be like, okay, maybe Steve's shield retains some radiation of that atomic breath, so you can actually give him the charging star attack. You know,
I
like
think that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
That should be Steve's next natural power up, to be honest.
Yeah. That'll be amazing.
Let him do the Black Panther thing where it absorbs the energy, and then he can knock it back with the charging star, like any of his Marvel's Capcom attack.
And god dang it, it better be blue energy and not purple energy. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Sam.
It can be red, white, and blue. Just make it like the full color of the shield. So what you do is, you know how the shield looks? You make it like level. So when it first hits, it hits that white layer with the star, it only be white energy. It goes a little bit more, hits the blue part, so it's the blue energy, hit the red part, it's the red energy. Like you do it like that. So it's like level to it until it covers the whole shield.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, Godzilla wins this first round. They called him more heroes, and we'll see how it goes. Because people don't know the X-Men are not in this issue because they're still in space for some reason. So that means the next issue is going to be X-Men showing up.
Ooh, okay, okay, let's see Godzilla go up against an Omega level mutants. How'd that go?
I'm gonna say, he killed a Celestial with in 2 panels with his very falls and teeth. So we'll see how he stood forward of space and Thor came back since. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Like any mutant, the firewall Omega level mutant, most of them are like glass cannons.
Yeah.
Realistically, if Godzilla hit Storm, that same back tail spin, he should die.
Exactly, you know.
I'm probably saying from maybe that. like a few of them. But that's just crazy, man. This
Yeah.
issue was if you get a chance to pick up this issue, y'all should. It's a most heroes get some good moments in it. Like I
Pick
said,
it up.
Cap gets the most standout thing in here. Uh it's a little funny issue.
America's will not bow down to atomic breath audience. So, you know.
It's funny too, like what era of Avengers this is. Cause the team is Steve, Quicksilver, Wanda, Black Panther, Carol, Thor.
Uh
I think that's it. It might Vision might be here. I don't remember.
huh.
I don't think that's the era of the Avengers. I just think it's some random Avengers team. like remember.
Well, just base it off of like Thor's costume. Is he wearing this classic costume?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so you'll get an idea there. So, yeah, audience, an exciting book. So, any final thoughts on this before we move on to the last book, Austin?
Yeah, I'm about to go. I used to say I think this is one fit better than the Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong so far.
Yeah.
It's more entertaining, more engaging, and so far they haven't done like oh no, they haven't done like some controversial bullshit. I guess
Yeah.
like I don't
All
have to
right.
worry about Godzilla getting like the Green Lantern ring or some shit here. So that'd be
Dude, he's Red Lantern, man. That's the ring for him. So, or yellow. But
all right. I gotta go, but I'll try to listen as I find my charger stuff.
Gotcha. It's
So
gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick anyway. So, all right, audience. With that, we'll move on to the next book, which is the last
It's
book of the
not
night.
bad.
Spider Girl #2. Well, I mean, it's not a bad book. It's just, it's
I just want
okay.
to note that back in my day, Spider Girl was Peter Parker's daughter.
Ah, whoa! You have a problem with this with a diverse character taking up the
I
mantle?
have a
'Cause
problem
that's
with
what she is.
the mantle being taken without even establishing where it was from. That's
Okay. Well, we're talking about Spider Girl's adventure, and keep in mind her name is Maka Akana. She's an Islander audience.
I don't remember this shit. So we'll try.
Okay, yeah, this is one of the reasons why Marvel felt they had to replace Bailey Briggs. All right, he was so popular, and I guess a testament to showing how popular you are is by replacing them with a diverse female counterpart.
He went through all the tropes. He went through all the tropes. At just a little boy age, he went through all the comic tropes. You know, I do have a question though. Like, is that woman wearing clothes or not? I'm confused.
That's skin tight clothes.
I don't
Okay,
even see the scene.
look. This is going back into the trope of like of DC costumes. Remember, like clothes are so thin, it's basically like characters are wearing body paint at that
Right,
point.
but
You know?
but that is like I don't even see the seam. Like there's no like I don't even understand. Where's the seam?
Okay. Just say it's body paint, then, Jake. Will that make you feel better?
No, because the body looks weird. I don't know.
Okay, it's super skin tight outfit. All right, let's put it that way. Anyway, so basically what's going on is you have like this one organization that's looking to grab intel on Spider Girl. They remember her power is to copy other people, basically. You know, she just needs to look at you, I guess, in the eye, and she'll copy your power. She was able to copy Skullette's power. You know, that little girl Hulk, and that's how she copied Bailey Briggs' power. But it was like the Rogue and Miss Marvel
Spider. What
situation.
spider is this?
What? Huh?
You said Spider Girl's power? Or are you talking about the other ladies?
Yeah, I'm talking about Spider Girl.
What kind of spider is this?
Well, what do you mean? Like,
What
just
spider
certain...
looks at you and then takes your abilities?
Well, no. She's imbued. Like, she was the sidekick of Bullseye. Remember, she went by Powerhouse before. You know.
So what makes
It
her a
just
spider?
well, no. It just so happened that like when during a trip or during a mission, she looked at Bailey Briggs and she got her powers. She got his powers. But unfortunately, it's like the Rogue and the Carol Danvers situation. Something went horribly wrong, and Bailey's powers got permanently fused into hers.
I think I'm liking this character less and less, but you can continue.
Like that's why she holds a grudge against Bailey. Like, like, you're literally all I can think about because I have your memories, I have your abilities, but she has barbed wire webbing, audience. So
What?
she's at least getting given something. Barbed wire webbing.
Where'd
Yeah,
she get
yeah.
that from?
Jake, if Miles Morales can have vibranium webbing, you can live with this chick having barbed wire webbing.
Someone gave that to him. Where did she get barbed wire webbing from? She copied Bailey's powers.
I don't know. She has resources, I guess, or she can home make that stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bullseye gave her some money during their
Remember when Peter's webbing was seen as like a feat of engineering?
Yeah.
And now, like, you're just a little kid, you just get it made like a dollar store.
Yeah, I know, right? The tensile strength in this fluid is amazing, Peter. Yeah, it's now the 99 cents comparison to other people's webbing now. So, yeah. But hey, look at it this way, Jake. All the stuff I'm telling you about Spider-Girl is making Spider-Boy seem that much more better now, doesn't it, right? You had it better with him.
It's like comparing a turd to a green turd.
Okay, gotcha. But anyway, so all right, you have the organization, they're looking to study Spider-Girl. Spider-Girl's, going just recently dealt with vermin attacking her her martial arts center. So, she goes back home. After saving the day, she gets a visit from her grandmother. All of them from the islands, this and that. And unfortunately, she spots Lady Bullseye out of the corner of her house, who's also there to keep watch over her. So she wasn't going to have any of it. So they collide with each other. They fight. I kind of like what she's trying to say. Okay, so what's your name? You're the chick Bullseye. Oh wait, yeah, that's another thing that these two kind of have in common, because remember, both of them are the pupil of Bullseye. So I guess this kind of is one of the reason why Lady Bullseye is going after Spider-Girl, to see what she's about. Like, you replaced me, is what you're telling me? Wow. And I kind of like what she was like saying. Okay, so what Spider-Girl was telling her, like, okay, so what's your name? Are you She-Bull, Bull Babe, Bullseye Babe? Oh, or how about, wait, let me guess. Your name is Bull Sheep.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that line. So yeah, she's bullshit. Don't need to finish that last part. So, alright, they fight, and eventually, like, Spider-Girl ends up copying her powers too. So yeah, some overpoweredness coming from her. But so automatically she has to be better at everything that Bailey Briggs does. Does that make y'all feel better? Does that make y'all want to like her more? Be honest, come on. You want to see her be a better spider person than Bailey? But regardless, at the end of the day, they have to stop these the people. They try stopping a bank robbery, and unfortunately, these robbers are about to be attacked by like some goons that were sent after Spider-Girl as the issue ends. But we do get to see the cover for the next issue, and I was surprised who they brought up for the next issue, because apparently it's going to be Paper Doll. I'm like, wow, that's a bit of a deep cut, because Paper Doll was this villain from the Brand New Day era, pretty much right after One More Day. We haven't seen her in a while. Her power, she's as flat as paper, and she could turn other people she touches as flat as paper too, and kill them. Because what do you think is going to happen to your body when your body gets compressed to be as thin as paper, audience?
You become 2D.
You become what?
You become 2D.
Yep, but you also can't inhale, and your organs are all collapsing with each other, so you're dead. So yeah, she's a bit of a violent woman. So hey, all the more reason why you have to have her be handled by somebody other than Spider Boy, I guess. Spider Boy, he does all the C-listers and below. Spider Girl, though, she's apparently going to be going after the B-listers and above. Does that make you feel better? What was that, Jake?
She's a girl.
And oh wow! Why does her being a girl mean she can't
Because she's a girl, it's weird that she gets to fight B-listers and above. Wow, Cryptid. All right. I was trying to say because she's a girl, she can handle it, but you're being sexist right now. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which one of us is supporting a diverse girls comic right now, Jake?
I'm supporting it by not buying it.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I make sure that she doesn't have to endanger her life anymore because Dan Slott has a fetish with ruining Spider-Man's legacy.
Hey, and it's not Dan Slott writing this, Jake.
What? Oh, who's writing?
Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce this name. I never heard this person in other books before. I'll try to pronounce it. Torun Gronbeck. I never heard this person in my life, audience. Even the O even the O in Gronbeck is an O with like a little dash over it. So I'm like, what's that about? But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for tonight, audience. Okay.
Well, I guess we just live and learn, huh?
Yep. We started with 4 and we were down to 2. Wow.
Yeah. Is that how the Fantastic Four movie is going to go? You should stay tuned for our Sunday review of Fantastic Four. First up.
Yay. Fantastic Four.
Let's get out of here.